Well, the insanity continues in the Middle East, especially inside the Islamic Republic of Iran. Ladies and gentlemen, the Iranian regime have decided to go rogue. Surprise, surprise. Guess who is potentially coming back? Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, the former president of Iran, who served between 2004 and, was it 2004? And 2013. I think that was it, yeah. Who managed to make a bit of a mess. This is the same president. I'm going to talk about his legacy. He's coming back. In less than 50 days, he is potentially president again. He's one of the hardliners, a proper Islamist. Look at that face. He was responsible. He was one of the people who decided to go into the American embassy after the 1979 paramilitary coup when the Islamic occupiers took over Iran after the monarchy fell. He was one of the students at the time, radical, complete nuttery, that invaded the American embassy and took American staff, obviously the people working in the embassy, as hostages. He then decided to focus on his career when it comes to the city of Tehran, the capital. That was his second legacy. Made a mess. He was basically Tehran's Sadiq Khan. Essentially, he was a Sadiq Khan of Tehran. Now, what happened was, in 2004, after a period of 8 years of a reformist president that they had, Khatami, and they called him the opposition, but there's no opposition in Iran. The opposition is selected by the actual regime themselves so that they could pretend that they have opposition, and they call them reformists. It's basically like Reform UK, but slightly different. But having said that, he became the hardliner conservative, scary, right? And that was when the morality police went crazy in Iran. A lot of people have been targeted. Then 2009 happened. The rigged election. That was his second election. He rigged the election. He got 63% of the vote somehow, despite the fact that the Green Movement, for the actual opposition, one of the reformists, he was getting a lot of support. And then he became president again. He decided to do a massive crackdown, killed a lot of people, and then he left office. And then he's back. So the last guy, his nickname was the Butcher of Tehran, right? He was a baddie because he was the Supreme Court judge that conducted the 5-minute trials, and they basically killed thousands of Iranians, innocent Iranians. This guy is supposed to be the vaccine to that virus, apparently. The Iranian regime know that a potential conflict is coming up with somebody. When they get desperate at the end, they are going to be creating some sort of conflict, because that's what dictatorships do when they're about to go down. So it's in their interest to have these sort of nutters in charge of the presidency.